Time now for the KSL In-Depth. The Safe Kids Worldwide organization has released a report this morning saying that nearly 800 kids drown each year, with half of those being under age 5.
Joining us live from the Utah Safety Councils is Rod Hampson, and I appreciate your time this morning, Rod, because I was reading that for children ages 1 through 4, that drowning is it the most preventable cause of death? Help us understand that.
It is. It is the leading cause of drowning, and one that is most preventable. So it's one of those the things that we run into, especially more so in the summertime. And so I think this report has some great information to be able to help us all keep our kids safe.
You know, when we think of drowning, particularly this time of year, we think about swimming pools, but the startling part of this is the number of kids and tiny ones, toddlers, that drown in things like toilets and their very own bathtubs just because mom and dad may be distracted for a few seconds.
Well, that word distraction is the number one issue, and clearly, each of us need to be more vigilant with our kids. But children less than 1 year old are more likely to drown at home, and it's simple things like a toilet you mentioned or a bucket, things that we kind of leave around and leave for granted a little bit.
When you're looking at the report, what are some of the things that we should know that we're just not aware of?
Well, the report has some great information on some misconceptions, and I think the first misconception and one that was a little surprising even to some was, parents believe that they will hear a child drowning, that they'll be splashing, that they'll be yelling and making noise, and drowning is silent. There's very little splashing, there's waving or screaming, and it happens so quick. And so I think that's the number one misconception that's out there that people believe that, well, here's someone drowning.
Well, and I always cringe a little bit when people want to bring charges on the back end of these tragedies for families because it just adds another tragedy to the situation. But it really is as simple as mom and dad, at that moment when your kids are in an area that could be dangerous, just don't look the other way.
No, we tend to get together this time of year. Summertime, especially as the 4th of July is coming up, and we want to get together with friends and family we haven't seen for a long time, and so we get caught up in catching up with them, and we lose sight even for a very short period of time, and all it takes is less than a minute for a child to get in trouble in a drowning situation.
So the key is to pay attention, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Rod, we appreciate your time. From the Utah Safety Council, Rod Hampson on the KSL In-Depth at 15 and 45.